some speakers who are going to be very honest.
Hello, mate. You're doing all right. Good evening, everybody. It's Brexit Brian. I'm in Oldham, outside the Civic Centre. There's probably about 40 people here. Nick, the leader of UKIP, is here, and we're just about to get underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? Whether you are here attending the Turning Point UK protest, or whether you merely be in the fortunate position to listen to people who have come to speak here tonight to speak the truth, who know far better than me the inner workings of what's going on inside this building now, as Oldham Council get together for their first council meeting of the year. 250,000, ladies and gentlemen, 250,000 girls. That's what they say. They say 250,000. We know that it's in the millions. You can't identify, no, you can't fix the problem until you identify the problem. You can't identify the problem until you talk about the problem. That's why they silence you. That's why they cover up. That's why they use silencing techniques. So what are they trying to cover up? What are they trying to silence us on? The fact that the establishment have mass imported savages into our land that have murderous malintent, that to hunt, to groom, to rape, torture and murder specifically white native girls. What do they not want us to talk about, patriots? They don't want to talk about why they did it. They don't want us to talk about the reason why. The reason why, ladies and gentlemen, is because they see non-Muslims, they see whites as unwashed. They see us as kuffar. They see us as cattle. That's why they were white native girls. And it happened en masse because we have mass imported cultures that do not share British Christian values and our culture. They stand and believe and will fight to the death for something else. It's not Islamophobic to name the perpetrators. Islamophobia is not a word. It's another silencing technique. On this very somber occasion, we are no longer silent. And the reason why we are no longer silent, patriots, is due to the work, is due to the courageous. Stay focused on me, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry about them for now. These people have no morals. They have no ethics. Over there. The reason why we are now speaking about this is courage and the bravery of activists is due to activists who what did you say? Oi, what did you say? Let's talk about Arab supremacy. Let's talk about Arab colonialism. Let's talk about Arab supremacy. And let's talk about Muslim supremacy. How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you? How can you possibly want to counter what we're saying here? On what grounds?
Read the hostages.
Silence.
Stop the genocide.
Stop the rape genocide of native British girls. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. How dare you? The rape genocide of British girls.
It's sick in the head.
Now I'll finish by saying we've got another speaker.
So everybody, we've got a group of about 20, 30 lefties over here, pro-Palestinians.
Their courage that we are now in a position to talk, say the things we are saying, and have the international support of America, the international community, and the world's richest man. And we will achieve justice for the girls. We will achieve justice for the girls. That is reparations. That is a national inquiry into the cover-up, the establishment-led cover-up of one of Britain's most heinous scandals. We will get justice for the girls, ladies and gentlemen. We will. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Everybody, that was Nick from Turning Point, who also happens to be
Thank you very much,
the leader,
Nick.
interim leader of UKIP.
Everyone, thank you. Our next speaker,
We've got a load of pro-Palestinians that have turned up here. Never mind about the rape scandal, eh? Never mind about that. You don't hear them saying anything about it.
Thank you, everybody. Let's start with some good news. The good news is things have changed. Over this last month, things have changed in this country. It's basically, this is the beginning of the end now. It's gone international. We have foreign news outlets, foreign parliaments talking about how in the UK we rape our own children. That's what's being spoken about around the world.
Thanks for sharing, Paul.
If this happened in any other country, we would have British MPs stood in the House of Commons saying, look at that country, we need to impose sanctions on that country because they allow the rape of their children. That's what people are talking about us now. And how have we ended up in this situation? A large part of the problem are the people over there who were shouting a minute ago. They're shouting about free Palestine, they're shouting about their children in Gaza. Foreign children in a foreign country on a foreign continent. But yet they never stood up, they never said a word when British girls were being gang raped and murdered. Not a word from them. But that's changed now. The lid cannot go back on the bottle anymore now. This inquiry that we're looking at now from national government, it doesn't matter about the inquiry because everybody knows what went on. We demand justice. Justice will be done. Look at the other scandals we've had in this country. The post office masters. Eventually, enough people hear about it and demand justice. Now at the moment, the Tories, Labour are still fighting against this, even though they tell you they're not. They're fighting against it because they know what will come out once the truth is in front of all of us. And it's a cover-up. People covered this up for many reasons, but one of the reasons was it was politically convenient. It was politically convenient to sacrifice hundreds of thousands of girls on the altar of multiculturalism for votes. That's all they were votes. But it's over. I'm more positive today now than I've been, and I've spent 20 years involved in this. I've had paedophiles arrested. I've had paedophiles prosecuted. All of them are white, by the way. I don't care who the pervert is abusing children. I want them arrested and dealt with. So all the perverts I've had arrested were white perverts. Because we have perverts in all our communities. But in this particular case, it was the silence from that community which was also just as bad as the crime. Hence why it went on.
That's what's going on in Palestine.
Well, no, it's still not going on in Palestine. It's a different issue altogether. I would suggest you go to Palestine and you fight for your cause there. After story of this time,
this is about the world. Stop trying to hijack it.
Yeah. Your mate Alan Merritt says hello.
Right, Alan.
And be part of the solution there. Because they need help. So don't be that help. But if you're not going to go there, why don't you worry and do something about the girls living on your street, the girls living in your town, in your city? Why don't you care about them? Why are you not...
Thanks, Louise. Thanks for sharing.
Why don't you care, mate? Oi, with the mouth. Why don't you care about what happened, the rape genocide? Why don't you care?
They don't care.
Why don't you care?
They don't care for one simple reason. There's no brownie points in protecting white working class girls. Because we're seen as scum. That's why. They get more brownie points looking to foreign countries, foreign issues, and claiming those virtue signaling points. But those days have gone, so let's end on the high. We've been doing this for several years now, meeting up and talking about it. And I've spoken to many people who feel a bit disheartened because we only get 30, 40, 50, maybe 100 people. And we think to ourselves, nothing's going to change. But it was us doing this that kept this issue alive. And because of this, that Oldham, the politicians in this building, had to eventually ask for an inquiry, which then got refused. And it was only because of what Barger then released on the 1st of January that got some press attention. And it was only because of that that Elon Musk got involved, and then it all changed overnight. This is the beginning of the end of this now, the beginning of the end. And everybody here, you are part of that journey. And none of us are heroes, none of us did this by ourselves, but we kept it alive until the general public grasped it, and they've grasped it now. This isn't going away. We're going to have the inquiry we want. We're going to hold the politicians who allowed this to happen, who covered us up. We're going to hold them responsible at some point in the next few years. The next government that's elected, which I reckon about 2-3 years from now, because this government won't last that long, the next government will seize this, and we're going to have justice. So stay strong. Keep this issue alive on social media and in your family and friends. It's not a waste of time, because 2 years ago we were screaming into the wind and no one cared. They care now, don't they? The people in that building care now, because some of them are going to lose their seats at the next local elections, because everybody knows what's been going on. And after they've lost their seats, I'd like to see some of them in jail. There has to be. We have to get some of them in jail. That's what I want, jail. Thank you very much.
Yeah! Well said.
Thank you very much, everyone. That was Nick Buckley, MBE. Let's hear it again for Nick, everyone.
Yeah, well done, Nick.
Our next speaker, I'm sure many of you know, he's a great local campaigner, an absolute hero when it comes to getting justice for the girls of this town. Let's hear it for Roger Mia.
Yeah!
It truly is a national shame when the politicians in this country, the MPs, vote in Parliament to block a public inquiry into the cover-up of the gang rape of hundreds of thousands of children. This has got nothing to do with any other issue than that. Our leaders have failed us, and the reason why our leaders have failed us is because they are dependent on a cartel-controlled block vote delivered to them by predominantly Pakistani gangsters, and that is what is fundamentally wrong with this democracy. our democracy is corrupt. They all know our democracy has been corrupted. They are all reliant on that block vote. From Yvette Cooper to Jess Phillips, every one of them, Jim McMahon in this town, Debbie Abrams in this town, they are all dependent on that block vote. And this will end. This is all but over. They've lost. They've already lost. We spent 6 years on this and they've tried to silence us. Where are they? Those police officers. Dawn raided my house repeatedly for no other reason than they were politically instructed to come and arrest me. And why? Because I refused to look the other way to the gang rape of children. I stand here as a brown-faced Muslim man. It does not matter what your background is. In fact, if anything, people like me have a greater responsibility, because it is people from my background who committed these crimes. It is outrageous that we see the pro-Palestinian demonstrators here try and counter this, because it is not one or the other. If I could make a difference for the children in Palestine, I would make a difference, but I cannot. I can only be the difference in the place where I have the power to be the difference. And this is in my hometown, and what they have done here is outrageous. And now we find out they have been doing it across towns and cities throughout this nation. There is a reckoning coming. Nick is right. There is a reckoning coming, and these politicians will go to prison. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Right, just to recap, I'm at outside Oldham Civic Centre. I'm outside Oldham Civic Centre with Turning Point UK. I estimate there's about 40 patriots here, concerned people here. There's about 6 old bill that have just turned up, and there's a load of pro-Palestinian and lefties over there.
What was made in the UK,
this is the current situation.
Abuse right across the UK. Who's accountable for that? The people who allowed it to happen. I'm not here to speak much. There's more bigger speakers on Oldham than me here today. I just want to show Pack UK support for the people of Oldham and for the survivors of Oldham. And this isn't going away. We're not going away. We're going to continue. This is about the 5th or 6th time I've been to these meetings and nothing's been fixed. It's time to fix it ourselves. You're not here by protesting, but at the ballot box at the next opportunity. Cheers for the platform, guys. Cheers.
Thank you very much, Billy. So thank you everyone for coming here today to demand justice for the working class girls of this town who were betrayed by our politicians, our police and our social services. We are here to tell Labour's Oldham Council and Keir Starmer's government that we are the British people and we have had enough.
Yeah, we've had enough.
It takes a lot to get us angry. We British are known for our politeness and our stiff upper lip. But I will tell you something. I'm angry. I'm furious that our daughters and our sisters have once again been betrayed by the people we entrusted to protect them. We do, however, have hope. There appears to be a light at the end of this dark tunnel, as the recent discussion around child rape gangs is not like the other times, where it can only be discussed on the fringes of politics, where they call people like us racist for talking about injustice to silence us. Now the British people, we've had enough. And we're saying no more gaslighting, no more inaction, enough is enough. We demand justice for our girls.
Yeah!
And I am truly glad today we have a range of people protesting this, because there are many people in the Muslim community as well, such as Raja, who are fed up with these extremists, these religious zealots grooming our children, seeing us as a lesser people. And their voices are much more important than someone such as myself, because they have much more to lose. They are putting their neck on the line for people not within their community, and that is really admirable. So we have a round of applause for all of them. So, we all know the system is against us, and as individuals the Labour establishment will pick us off one by one to protect their political interests. but together we cannot be defeated. We need to see demonstrations like this in every town across the north of England, where we and locals can join together and say enough is enough. We demand a national inquiry, we demand justice, and we won't rest until we have it. Thank you very much.
Yeah!
Right guys, so thank you again for coming today. We have a few banners if people don't mind coming and holding them up with us. If everyone's interested for a photo. They're all quite tame, don't worry.
Okay, well, we had some very, very powerful speakers there, wouldn't you agree? I was particularly impressed with the Muslim fella, because this is an issue that should transcend someone's particular religion or whatever. You know, rape is rape, isn't it? And very brave of that man, in my opinion. So now we've got the photo shoot.
Guys, get behind the banners. If you're here, get behind the banners. Chris.
Oh, that's a brilliant one.
Just need someone else. My wingspan isn't enough for one. Can I get a volunteer?
Let's swap the DFC 20.9 ones for these ones first. And
Yeah, am I?
I mean, we'll take some of this and we'll swap two of those.
Am I allowed to stand behind one of these, or you sure?
You're not too controversial yet?
No. Can I come in there, bruv? Thank you very much.
Yeah, 1 second, I'll add to the numbers. Sorry, room for a little while. Yeah. Right guys, we've got 2 on the right, fine.
Okay, Brian, thanks for your encouragement and comments. Obviously, if you can't make it, you can't make it, can you? I think everybody understands that. I'm particularly disappointed that these pro-Palestinians have come here and started heckling, because it's not about that issue, is it? It's about our kids, our children, and it's very disappointing.
You know what? They're calling back. People think I'm part of the BBC, so I'll get it.
So if I can pop you in the centre, that's all right. Yeah, guys, if we
No, they've not left, they're still there. There's about 20 of them to my right. Okay, Brexit Brian loves you. Thank you for watching. Please share. Please share this video to as many people as possible. I do believe that this is the first. I do believe that this is a first protest against the grooming gangs.
Civic Centre. I've been north and you're in Oldham. Yes, this is just the front. Get that Civic Centre behind you then. Just a part.
Step forward a bit, guys, so we can get this right, you know. We'll know where we are. Where is it?
If it's a car park, you get the tower block.
We've got a photo shoot going on here now. The banners.
Next to us over here.
Thank you for sharing, Sally. Thank you for sharing, Shah. Well, for me, it's been a very interesting weekend. I had Altrincham yesterday, and I was with a great set of patriots and local residents. And here we are today at Oldham. You know, this fight is not going to end. We are going to continue this until justice is served. Thank you for watching. Brexit Brian loves you. I'm going to call it a day now. Bye now. From Oldham. Oh, there is just one last thing that I want to say in regards to our two-tier justice system. What did I tell you? Seems very dodgy to me. Ex-councillor Ricky Jones having his case put off until August the 11th. The way they treat our patriots, swift, fast justice, they said. But we can't see anything happening with Ricky Jones, can we? Sometimes it makes me sick what goes on in this country. We need more patriots to come out. Bye now.